hello everyone once again. My name is Ezekiel, and maybe we can start our introduction so we can know each other, because one of the benefits of meeting in person like this is to start connecting for us as we have just met in this place. Maybe we can start with you.
Okay, I'm Sandhani. I came from Sri Lanka and I just finished my first year in Savonia University of Applied Sciences. I'm studying IoT, Information Technology. I came here with my family.
Okay. Fantastic. What did you hear about Finland? What brought you to Finland? Was it just an opportunity to study? Was it good news about Finland?
Yeah, actually, when I talking about studying, there are a lot of opportunity to study facilities for us and my child also.
Yes.
But finding job is totally difficult. I can't imagine how I find a job because I try a lot of through a lot of agencies.
Yes.
But there are no any good feedback.
Yes.
Yeah, and living situation is also good in Finland, better than country, but weather is totally different for me.
Yeah, I can tell. I can tell. How about you?
I'm Rachel. I've been here quite a long time. Probably
Couple of
around the
decades?
same time as me.
Okay.
Yeah. I spent a lot of time in Finland, married to a Finn, and been back and forth between Finland and Canada.
Okay.
But pretty
Okay.
likely sticking around and
What made you get married to a Finn? Did you meet in Canada? Did you?
He was on a business trip in Canada, poor guy.
Okay. Fantastic. Fantastic. And how about you now, being married to a businessman? Are you also experiencing the like difficulties in job seeking, or are you just exploring the topic to understand?
I just wanted to drop in before he moves away, but I thought I could see what's new in the job seeking area. I'm teaching, and some of this could be useful.
Fantastic.
in
Where
my
are you teaching?
Various places, but and not quite enough. I still would like more work teaching, but let's say just enough to make me happy. But
Okay,
I would
is it university students, secondary school?
Sometimes, but right now not university.
Okay.
I might actually have some work in the fall at a University of Applied Science,
Okay.
and I'm working a little bit at vocational school
Okay.
and at Council Sopisto.
Okay, fantastic. Nice to connect.
But I'd like to get twice as much work as I have, if I can.
Yeah, that's great. That's great.
Maybe
I'd like to get twice as less and same salary.
twice as less.
Okay. And
So
how
my
about you?
life is perfect for you.
Okay, I'm Laboni. I just finished my master's degree in public health from the University of Eastern Finland.
Okay.
Currently I'm working as a visiting researcher at the Institute of Public Health and Clinical Nutrition at
Yeah.
the University of Eastern Finland.
Yes.
But it's not a full-time position, so I'm looking for other full-time position.
Okay.
And also besides that, I'm preparing my research proposal to apply for PhD funding. So right now this is my situation. I'm from Bangladesh.
Okay.
I did my bachelor in medicine. I did another master's in public health and global health, and this one is in epidemiology. So next, aim forward to do PhD and job like this.
Okay. Okay. Fantastic. And how about the gentleman over there? Maybe some of us.
As a student came to Finland 2007, long story short, and developed my career on different grounds, teaching, official state offices, and currently working as a project manager, helping the immigrant youth to reach their goals as well. So a bit of using my own experiences, also my knowledge, to guide them and support them in a good, challenging road forward. About this, what mostly interests me, that I believe this generation that we are living right now is consuming everything so quickly, so new things appears every second day.
Yeah.
Until 2010s, I guess it was like slower. These
That's
are
true.
changes. But the last 10, 15 years, I used to see myself like a good to catch up with the changes, improvements. Now I'm out of everything. I feel like that. I know I'm trying to do my best to understand like social media's power, LinkedIn and further things and so on, but things are changing and always there is something new to hear from the new people. So
Okay.
I want to see from your
Okay,
perspective.
fantastic. Now,
I can do a short update still when it comes to 2 o'clock.
Okay.
I'll be on the bus.
Okay.
But they can, I believe, just
Okay. I hope you will.
jump in and they can.
Okay, great. Now I was about to ask you also one thing. As a foreigner, I think you have two main challenges in Finland, according to majority of people in the comment. Number one, of course, job seeking is very challenging in Finland as much as any other place. But also, it is being said that Finns prefer to work with fellow Finns. So it is very difficult to see a foreigner working on a job like you. You are a manager here now, a project manager, but I would say maybe if you were to get a job as the foreigner, maybe cleaning or something like that, the blue collar jobs. How did you end up a manager, project manager in Vamos?
First, I gave up trying to learn Finnish because I was forcing myself to learn like a perfectly, and I understood like a, whatever I will do, how long I live here, it will never become a level of perfect. When I accepted that, things became more smoother. But I was doing mistakes, I was being more curious, and I was doing really humble mistakes, like terrible mistakes. The worst, yeah, I guess the worst one is that I was in the pharmacy and I was asking, it's birth control pills that monthly use. My wife needed it, I said, okay, I can pick on the way. And Raskaus is this birth control thing, Raiskaus is the raping.
Mm-hmm.
And I asked in the pharmacy, do you have like a Raiskaus pill there?
Yeah.
And she got shocked. I was like, I need extra money. And I noticed from the eyes, like, okay, good, I need it again something. then I just get in the humble eyes, like, okay, I didn't need that, So this is the thing, and here is my wife's like a credit card. So, but yeah, that was one thing. Because I really had a big stress trying to compete with the locals here.
Yeah.
No matter if you're in Finland, Germany, or France, or Italy, or USA, and language makes difference. And growing here, going to Finnish educational system, having all your life in the Finnish culture makes you more eligible for the positions.
Yeah.
It's hard to beat that.
Yeah.
That's true.
That is true.
So,
Yeah.
Even as an English teacher in Finland, sometimes it's hard to get the job over a Finn. So,
Sure.
That is absolutely true. That is absolutely true.
Yeah, you have an amazing accent, right?
well, the Finns actually they do know
The
a lot
need
of
for
English too.
some regions, like even Finnish language is not necessary, but still necessary.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I see, interesting. Well, and I'm Ezekiel Kuhoga, and I've also been in Finland for, now I'm going to my 10th year. I came 2016. I did a master's degree in photonics, UEF, UNSO. After that, I was moving out to different cities. Actually, even now, myself, I'm a job seeker, but not because jobs are hard to get, but because I've been relocating. Yeah, and the last city I was living, it was in Mikkeli. I have a wife and 2 children. So my wife got opportunity of doing nursing, Hoitara, Savonia. Yes, she really wanted the program. And I was working in Mikkeli, and we have 2 small kids. By then, when we were moving here, it was 2023 in the end, to 2024 in the beginning. So we had 4 years versus 2 years old. It was difficult. Could not stay with the kids, and she could not move with them alone. So I had to terminate everything and move to Kuopio. Yeah. Apart from that, I would say I've been quiet for, and when I say quiet, it's like I've been doing things that all other people do as internationals in Finland. Yeah, but at some point I'll say there are some things that we are supposed to do differently if we want to have like a somehow good life in Finland, though there's no guarantee. Yeah, there are some things we need to do. And I started acting on my initiatives, and I've been having a passion in entrepreneurship and so, but I never took any steps. But when I moved to Kuopio, I said I really want to dive into entrepreneurship. It is very challenging, as much as it is when looking for a job. It is also challenging. Try to do business. Again, Finland is a country which they say operates based on trust. Though trust, I think there are two categories of trust, which almost the same, but they are different. They have different meaning. And the first category of trust is when we just meet and you tell me you can do this job, and I decided to let you do it because I have decided to trust you. But the kind of trust that is in Finland is the trust where I would not let you do anything unless I know you can do it. And as far as I understand, that is the kind of trust that is working in Finland. Yeah, those people. That's why. If you do some research, you would find, for instance, I read one report from Aalto University, also another one from Turku, and I think many other universities do publish the same comment that most of job opportunities, they are being available through closed networks. And that is one of the reasons, because through closed networks, that's where you can really get to someone. Either you know them because you have interacted with them, or the one you know knows someone and they can vouch for them. Like, I really know this guy, he really does a good job. And then only that way, some people may decide to extend opportunity to you. So if you just do the universal way, you work on your CV can be fantastic, the best in the world. But what happens is that nobody will open your CV. Nobody will open your CV until when somebody says, did you see someone send your CV there? Oh, really? When? Okay, let me check. Okay, now I can see the CV. Please take a look at that. And then that's the beginning. That's how it is nowadays. And of course, there are many factors, but trust in Finland is one of those. So an office may be in need of somebody, and you may go there asking for the job. In the vacancy that they need somebody, they will tell you, I'm sorry, we don't need anybody now. And you'll be surprised, the next few minutes, someone else will go and ask for a job, and they will get in the same position that you went and asked. But they told you, I'm sorry, we didn't need anybody. Yeah, and I'm not just guessing, I've seen this. Some of my very close people that I know, they had got jobs through this way. Yeah, they went to a particular position, and before they went there, they were informed. Somebody has gone there, and he was told, I'm sorry, we don't need any person right now. And they left, but someone I knew went there and they got the position. Yeah, so from that I learned that we have to also strategize how to conduct ourselves in this environment. And I don't blame the recruiters. For some reason, if you really take this matter into consideration, you would understand how they should act. For instance, myself, I said, okay, let me assume I'm an already successful businessman. Okay, maybe not successful. Maybe I'm just a startup entrepreneur. I have my company there. I can't just give it to whoever comes and say, please, can I have this? I would start with the people I know that can do this. If I can't find anybody, then I would give chances to other people. I mean, that's what I would have done. And I think most of them, they do that. Though, of course, there are many other factors behind, including stereotypes, racism and stuff, all factors in there, but I believe the major one is the trust. So we have these closed networks, and it is being said that over 80% of job opportunities are being available through that closed networks. So they would just forward to each other, open position. When they cannot find anybody within closed networks, that's why it will become public. Yeah, that's one of the factors. Yeah, so, but I wanted us to try this assignment. Do you have an open trash bin here? I mean, small like this one. Oh, that one.
Right.
Yes, I wanted to demonstrate a particular point. And I need a paper which I can, maybe this one. I needed two. I will go take another tissue.
point about this.
So I've taken 3 so that we will throw it here. This one here and this one here.
I'm very good at this.
Let's start here. Would you stand up? And can you turn to Gurhan, towards Gurhan? Can you turn towards Gurhan? Now, while looking at Gurhan, can you throw the paper into this?
That's right.
Let's try.
Yes, please.
But it is difficult.
Yes, please.
Calculations.
Okay,
Pretty close.
that was pretty close. Can you try, but standing normally, looking at this?
Okay, I probably can.
Ooh, fantastic, it worked. And
Oh, you're just gonna have to do
right there, yes,
Okay, like front facing?
yes.
Okay.
Ooh.
Fantastic.
I think I would hire you.
Fantastic. That was brilliant. That was brilliant. Yeah. So the motive for that experiment is that we have to understand that even when you get some training or you go through some workshop like we will do today, it does not guarantee you that after this workshop, then you will get a job. Or even if you come to Gurhan here, they will be helping you with a career, coaching, looking for a job together. It doesn't mean you will get a job after you come to Vamos Kuopio. Yeah, but the difference is there are ways that you can do that you will be far from getting a job. Like the way you were looking at that side throwing here, it was difficult. But it doesn't mean that it was impossible. You could have still put it in.
You almost did.
Yes. But still also for your case, you could have also missed.
I could have. I'm
Yes.
surprised I didn't.
Yes, and also in your case, you could have missed, but you got it. But what we learn here is that you were in a better chance to put it in than her. Yeah, and also you were in a better chance than her because it was closer. So it was closer to you. It was easy to estimate. So the error was minimum. For you, the error was larger, though you made it. So we come to understand that following these instructions or whatever, it doesn't mean that it's going to work or it will not work. But one will improve the chances, one will minimize the chances. Yeah, that was my point. So I don't mean that if you do what we do today, then tomorrow you're gonna grab one, but it increases the chances. Yes, and so this was the pre-arrangement, though I don't think we're gonna have to follow this. We will try to see how we can go about it, but we'll have some short breaks after every couple of minutes. I'm trying to count here. So we have already spent like 15 minutes. Maybe we can spend about 30 minutes. So we'll go for about 15 minutes and then we can have about 10 minutes break. So now I will cover briefly on ChatGPT, and then after some break, then we can talk about Canva, and then after some break again, I can give a few tips on digital marketing in relation to job seeking, and that will be all for today. Are you familiar with ChatGPT?
Yeah.
Have you used it?
Yes.
Okay. You as well. Okay, and you as well. Okay, fantastic. Okay, then in that case, perhaps I won't have to use a lot of time, but we will just browse through what I managed to prepare. So we will see again how much ChatGPT can do, and what are the good ways to interact with ChatGPT to get more effective response, but also how to create CVs, cover letters, how can you search for a job, and how can you prepare for interviews. Though Gurhan, I was hoping that we could have had like multiple computers.
We have one.
Okay,
Nobody
we have
uses
some.
ChatGPT on the phone anyway.
Okay, we can try to use this my computer. Yes, if you can open, please. And do you have also one?
Yeah.
You can also open one, and yeah, you can use the phone. So we will do some experimenting together. Okay, I would like now, based on what we have already discussed, I would like to hear 1 minute comment from each of you. Why do you think job seekers in Finland need digital tools today? Maybe I'll start with you.
Okay, actually, different reasons. First of all, I want to say when I make job applications, like I see them in Finnish and where my CV was in English, but during the translation, of course, digital tools helps a lot.
Yes.
And also when I saw different job advertisements, I don't understand the terms, what does they mean. If I want explanation,
Yes.
these tools easily give a lot of explanation, and also it can guide as well. Like if I don't understand which sector should I search and which way I can, so it gives a very good guidelines.
Fantastic.
So those are the things also.
Fantastic. And what about you? What do you think?
I have not used it for job seeking at all.
Okay.
I am mostly using my networks. And
Yes. Okay.
But I've been using it for some other things lately because I was introduced to it by a sister of mine who's using it pretty extensively.
Yeah. Yeah, though I'm not speaking specifically of ChatGPT, I'm speaking about different digital tools. So ChatGPT, Canva, Lightroom, and different apps.
I just use Gemini to find out about gardening because
Yes.
I want to grow more vegetables in my
Yeah.
yard.
Okay. Okay,
It's
fantastic.
interesting.
How about you?
I think it is easy for other job seekers because you don't want to go and visit there. You can just search in a safe area. In Finland, there are a lot of digital.
Okay. Okay, fantastic. Do you want to also help us? Why do you think we need digital tools?
If you specify to ChatGPT, for example, I believe it makes a huge impact on the whole process, not just the writing CVs applications.
Yes.
One really small example I can give, for example, I was trying to help my wife to get positions in Nepal, and Google is dying. By searching through Google is like a nonsense anymore. Then I go to ChatGPT and DeepSeek, in fact, which is more like a up-to-date, and I edit the CV, and I said, can you list me the companies where I can apply for positions, and can you list me the HR emails where I can send open applications? So in 1 second, it gave me a list of 30 companies with the address ready. Like 1 second.
And the person to contact.
In a second. Yeah.
Fantastic.
Another funny story, in job seeking, it's I believe it's essential. You cannot anymore compete with others without this. Last summer we were in Spain and we drove to Andorra, on the hills, mountain, which was about 200 kilometers. Then I was saying myself, okay, on the way back, let's stop somewhere. But let's stop somewhere which is rough, some riverfront, fish restaurants, local. Then I said, okay, I'm driving from Andorra to Figueres, which is on the seaside. On the halfway, can you suggest me a village where is a nice restaurant on the riverfront? We can order fish, we can have free parking and so on. You know what is using to search? It searches the Google reviews, it searches the location, it searches the menu, it searches the people's feedbacks, it searches parking availability, and it says, okay, this restaurant is like this, price range is this, waiting time for the food is this. I was like, oh.
Yeah,
Okay.
Fantastic, fantastic.
It eases life easy. Natasha and I went to Serbia for holidays. First time in Belgrade. She said, I'm having 36 hours in Belgrade. Can you make me a must-see plan? And step by step, how can I waste extra roads so I can see everything what I want?
Yeah.
It's okay. At 9 o'clock, go to this guy. 10 o'clock, you can visit this museum. 11 o'clock, you can go to the riverbed.
Definitely, definitely. And speaking specifically of AI tools, though it is somehow threatening to some of the people, especially who are already hired, but I also personally believe that AI tools plus other digital tools, they are like our personal assistants. Yeah, regardless of whether you are using a paid version or a free version, but still, even with a free version, there is a lot of things that you can get help from from these tools. Yeah, so all of the lists that you all mentioned, I can also maybe just add visibility, for example. For instance, nowadays with this Canva, you have used the Canva?
Yeah.
Okay, have you used Canva as well? Yeah, so for instance, Canva, we will also talk about it a little bit today. Even if you have not done, Canva is a graphics design app. Even if you have not done any graphic design before, you can work with Canva with just some 5 or 10 minutes orientation. You can work with that. It's a very simple, but the graphics are very wonderful, very wonderful.
We just used it for our presentation, not that much in university.
Yeah, it has a lot of features. We will see roughly today.
Is it a free thing, Canva?
Yes, it has both. You can use a free version, but you can also use a paid version. Paid version has more advanced features.
Add some stuff to my.
Yeah, but it is interesting. Yeah, so let's start with ChatGPT. You're already familiar with this one. This is one of them AI tool. It has been developed by OpenAI, and there are different models. Now, for free models that you can use without having to pay for anything, I've listed here. Now, sorry, my text is not that big, but we have 4.1, 4.0, 04 mini, 03 mini, and if you have paid, when you go to that square, did you open already ChatGPT? Maybe you can open so we can go together.
I'm just gonna watch.
Yeah.
Yes, that would be fantastic.
Sure.
Do you need a table so you can?
Yeah.
What will be the most convenient way?
I don't think it's very good on the phone.
Yes. So with the PC, it's. Okay, I will put this here. Yes. So if you're using a paid version, if you go to that area where I've scrolled, you should see all the. You should see the different versions that you can use. But if you're using a free version, it can give you only 2 options, like for everyday use and also for like paid.
Yes.
Yes.
ChatGPT Plus and ChatGPT.
Yes. And so what happens is that if you have not paid, by default, the ChatGPT would choose the best version for you. Every model has its own like memory capacity for free use, and once it's full, you cannot use it until it is being renewed maybe after some hours later. Yeah, so it will choose the best, and for here, in our case, ChatGPT 4.0 is the best model where you can input text and get text. You can input image, and you can also get an image out. You can also input voice and also get voice out. And if you have used all the memory capacity assigned to you in that particular time while you were using, then it drops to the next, which could be 4.1, where you will be only able to input text and get text. Or depending on the type of functions that you do with ChatGPT, it can switch to 04 mini. For example, 04 mini is for logic and image understanding, just by summary, but also 03 mini, if those people who are dealing with codes, they want to write a website, something like that, then it can switch to 03 mini. So it goes like that for free users. Those who have paid, they have access to this plus other advanced versions. And also on the same page, I was just explaining on this thing. So we have, if you click this, it should open like this bar here. And when it opens, then you will have a new chat. If you click this new chat, it has a poor focus. So, but I hope you can see. So we have a new chat here. If you want to start a fresh chat. Otherwise, if you have already chat with it several times, yes, yes, it was somewhere.
But which way? If I go a little bit that way?
No, I'm not sure which way you were going, but
No, it's getting worse.
yeah, maybe back. Yes, somewhere there, I think it's way better there.
No, I don't know. Yeah.
It's way better there. Yeah.
Also,
So
you can have a look. These are the same.
yes. So if you have already used ChatGPT before, you should have all the chats that you have done here. All the chats if you have never deleted.
Yes.
So even if you have done the conversation about a month ago, you should be able to find it on the chats history. Yes, but also if you go to library displays all the media that you have received from ChatGPT. So if you generated an image or something like that, you should see everything there. Yes, and also I think this is they're very interesting. But before here we have, can you see Sora?
Yes.
Sora, it should help you to generate text to either image or videos, but mostly for image you can generate even if you have not paid for the app. But to generate the video text from to video, you should have been able to like you should have been a paid customer. Then you can access that. Yeah, but here is where I said it was the most interesting thing. If you yes, if you go to GPTs, then you can see like a customized models depending on the type of function that you want to be done. You can see a list. Yeah, I think it is here. Yeah, you can see different lists and long lists of different apps that you can do. Yeah, so I think that's like a all walk overview. Yeah, so let's talk about how can you interact with ChatGPT. So if I may ask you, how do you normally write or ask the ChatGPT in terms of anything? Do you just go straight, maybe ask for an address, or how do you normally? Or what is the best way, do you think, of communicating to ChatGPT?
I think what do I want? What do I want?
Yes.
I just type and ask for the ChatGPT give me this, like this. Then I type it.
Yes. Okay.
And I can get idea from if there is something I don't know, I have any idea.
Yes.
I just get some information from ChatGPT.
Okay. Okay. Great. How about you? If you want, let's say, you want to search for a job, how do you ask?
Yeah, like I directly go to new chat. So this job
Yes.
open first part. So I search like if it's about like if I look for any job health sector. So I search in that way. Like can you give some job searching like website or some company's name on that field in Finland or in Kuopio specifically. So I just write it, gives the list. Or sometimes like if I need to understand any picture or if I want to convert it in Word document, even simply I can upload it.
Yeah.
And I ask the recommend that it's converted like this or give me a presentation or something like that. So it's simply I go directly in the search bar and I write it and it gives me the answer.
Okay. Burhan, how effective or how would you communicate with ChatGPT if you want accurate or more accurate results?
I acknowledge it's a robot, so first I guide it in the perspective I want, give the background information, then I ask how to do it step by step.
Yeah.
That's my style. If you straight away ask something to do, it doesn't, it's in its own way. You should give instructions.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So that is very correct, and you all say it correctly. This is a language model, first of all, as they call it, one of the LLM large language models. And the way I can also explain about this is like it's the context-based model. You can always get answers, however you ask, but how correct the answers you receive, it depends on how this machine has understood you. Yes, but if you are able to define a particular context that it can understand, then you will be in a very good chance of getting very specific answers Yeah, so like what he said, Guruhan, most people, actually not just people, even ChatGPT itself, if you ask what's the best way to communicate, it will tell you, like, first of all, assign ChatGPT, sorry, I always say ChatGPT because of GDP is always on my mind, but I mean ChatGPT. Yeah, so always, first of all, assign the role. Tell him or her or it, maybe you are now a professor from University of Eastern Finland. Now I need you to help me to know how to assess the students. So the machine will, first of all, really assume that position and give you all the answers on that context of that person. And so in this context, you'll be in a position to get very close answers that really relate in the situation. Yeah, you can simply type, I'm looking for a job in Kuopio, or you can assign him or her to be like, maybe assume you are a career coach expert in Kuopio, in this field. Now I need to find a job in this field. So the answers you'll get, they will be very accurate and very related to what you wanted to know. So this is one of the very important tips you will know about ChatGPT.
Yeah, sometimes also what I do, like I kind of upload my CV, or I take some parts of my CV.
Yes.
Based on that, I say, based on my profile, can you please
Yes.
suggest something?
Yes.
So that also I do sometimes. Then it gives more accurate and more related things.
Yes, definitely. Otherwise, you'll get
Yeah.
more or less general answers, which some of them may not be that accurate. Yeah, so this is what we just discussed. I gave an example. Sorry, the text is too small, but I will just read. I said different ways to ask. One, I said, how should I market my product? So I assumed that I'm a businessman in Kuopio, and I want ChatGPT to help me. So I said, how should I market my product? It gave me the answers, but very general. And then I type again where I say, if I'm able to read, you are a marketing expert in Kuopio, you know all customer groups, and to my Indian food recipe, I assumed I'm an Indian entrepreneur. And sorry, I have to read from here. Even here in the presentation model now, it doesn't give me. But
there.
yes, you're a career expert coach in an area of Kuopio. You have access to. Okay, this is another one, but on the same concept.
Yeah.
Yes, you're a career expert coach in an area of Kuopio. You have access to all recruitment companies and sites. I need you to tell me open job vacancies that could be a good fit. I am a photographer, videographer, digital marketing specialist, and a career coach. And then I search. So by putting it this, then the responses I got were very specific according to what I wrote here. So that's the good thing of specifying the context or giving the reference to this machine. So going to what brought us here, we mentioned that you could write a cover letter and CV, but you can also improve a CV like you just mentioned here. You've done it before. And so this is the flow that we can use, and I would love us to try before we can take a short break. How much time do we use already? Okay, we already used, maybe we can try this for about 5 minutes and then we can take a break. So I would want us to have in mind, maybe anyone, you can have a particular position that you want to try out. We can try, for instance, we can try to look any vacancy from Duuni, Pistafi. How is it called again? That Duunitori. Yes, Duunitori Pistafi. We can go there and pick one position, and then we can copy the link and give it to ChatGPT, and then we can do either of these things, either request to generate a cover letter. Now we want the machine to help us generate this cover letter, but also we wanted to generate a CV. So this generating a CV should follow some conversations, because ChatGPT needs now to know about you, your strength, your education and stuff like that. So maybe not now about a CV, but let us generate a cover letter. Okay, can you try it, and then we will see what we get.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm gonna take a picture of this because I'm gonna play around with that.
Yeah, let's
Can you
pick.
can you share this slide later?
Yes, I can share
Yes,
this
and
slide.
And two guys are coming. I believe both catch us in the break.
Okay. Yeah, so let's pick any role from dormitory, just to see. And I pick dormitory specific because this machine does not have access to some of the equipment sites. For instance, your machinatory somehow protected. I tried it, and it could not get access. I'm not sure how. Several times. Yeah, but dormitory is open, so it has access to that. You should be able to go through that job vacancy, and then we can request it to generate a cover letter based on that role. When you're done, let me know.
Yes.
Yeah, I said duplicate the link. I meant to say copy. I don't know what I was thinking. Just copy the link and paste it to ChatGPT.
Okay, I already did
Okay.
it.
Great. Let's take a look.
So basically, I searched this job.
Yes.
Okay.
Fantastic.
So I took this name.
Yes.
Okay, then
Fantastic.
So, yeah, I put my CV, uploaded.
Fantastic. And
And
you
it
you had
gives
even
me
put
the-
your CV. Fantastic.
Can I
Yeah.
read it? just for a
Yeah,
second?
sure,
And I'll
sure.
know more about it.
And also it gives me the Word file as well.
And that was the next point. Like you can request for a downloadable file, which is normally it asks you, do you need also a downloadable file? And then if you confirm, then you can download it,
Yes.
do some little customization, and that's it. So you say you used just 5 minutes, which if you were doing manually, this should have taken about 30 minutes or so. Looking for a job, reading description. So it is really a wonderful tool. Wonderful. How about you? Any progress?
This is
Really
too
think
slow.
anything.
Okay.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
it's mostly I correct, like, I just need maybe some little change.
Couple of times, maybe add a little bit of connection or remove some.
But most important things are all in here.
And Labone, hopefully you also know, sorry, Labone, right?
Yes.
I got it right. Yeah, good. You also know that you can also improve your CV,
Yeah.
right? Yes. So that's another thing, because one of the advice you get from any career expert, they will say, don't use the generic CV to apply for jobs, which means every vacancy should have its own CV, which somehow reflects their needs. Yeah, and you know it's a piece of work if you manually edit your CV every time you want to send it for a new application. Sometimes you could be sending to 4 companies at the same time. You know, manually editing the CV, cover letter, CV, cover CV, it's a lot of work. But with this machine, you can upload it and then give it the link of the position and ask it, please improve my CV based on this position. So it kind of changed some of the skills and strengths to match what has been mentioned on that role. So that's fantastic. It's really great. Yeah, so that was about uploading the CV. When you're done, you can let me know. It's done. Did you get also the downloadable file? Yeah, fantastic. So you can ask for a downloadable file, and then it can give you either PDF or Word, and then you can download it. And once you've downloaded it, you can simply adjust some of the details, and that's it. You send your application. So if you have maybe even 10 vacancies you want to apply now, you can apply all of them using different cover letters, using different CVs. Yeah, I was explaining about CVs, like you can also ask the machine to update your CV based on that role, because different roles have different needs. So your strengths may be relevant to a particular company, but maybe another company needs another sort of skills. You can ask ChatGPT to update your CV and then get a downloadable copy, and that's it. You can try that if you want. Yeah. Hello. Tervetuloa. Nice to see you.
Me too.
So are we going to give a break?
Yes, we should have a break now, and then we can.
Can you ask?
So this is not the first time we are meeting.
Yes,
I remember we've met before some. No, I do not recall where exactly.
Swimming the hall.
Yes, now I recall.
I thought that time will start at 2, so I didn't see the time just now before I came.
Okay. Okay, and just also to inform you, I always like to record myself while having these sessions. So I have 2 cameras here recording. Yes, but I make sure no face of a client appears on camera, so I will remove it all later. But is it okay if I keep on recording?
No problem.
Okay, fantastic. Yeah, so we will have a short break now.
It looks pretty
Maybe.
good, but yeah, 3
Okay,
days.
thank you.
Yeah.
You can really take a break for you.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, so you can adapt. Yeah, so mostly with this, have you used ChatGPT a little bit?
Yes.
Okay, and are you basically familiar, or are you very much familiar with it?
Actually, I used to use it when I was I was at school.
Okay.
I use it during my study, and
Yep.
now because I learn programming, so I use it a little bit to explain to me some.
Fantastic. Actually, to any programmer, you have a very high
Yes.
probability of being familiar with this. Well, I can walk you roughly what we have just covered here. So we had some discussion. This is
Okay.
what we will cover if time will allow us.
That's interesting.
And plan was to learn what is ChatGPT in general, how to effectively interact with it, but also how to create CVs, cover letters, and also search for jobs, strategic and stuff like that. And so you are already familiar with this.
Yes.
That for paid versions, you will see all of the different models when you click this
Yes.
one. But for free one, you will see 2 options, and automatically ChatGPT will choose you the best model, and then go down when you have used all the space. And then I demonstrated these different models. We have 4.0, 4.1, 04 mini,
It's from IKEA.
03 mini, and the best for free users, that 4.0, where you can get text, image in, out, you can get also the voice, and when you have used the space for that time, or the memory space, then it drops down either to 4.1 or 04 mini or 03 mini. And then we went through that toolbar. Is it
Yes,
toolbar?
I'm familiar with this.
Yes. And then we also went to see different customized ChatGPTs. And then we discussed how to effectively interact with ChatGPT. And I mentioned that for me, I see this is like a context-based. Yeah, the more accurate answers that you want to get, you have to be able to define the context. Like assign the role, you're an expert, maybe a mathematician, and I need you to help me solve this mathematical model. Then you can get a more accurate response. But if you just ask generally, then you get general answers, which some may not be that accurate. Yeah, and then
Quite interesting to use.
about job seeking, we saw that with ChatGPT you can write cover letters, you can write CVs, you can improve CVs, you can search for jobs, you can optimize LinkedIn profile, you can do the job search, you can even prepare for an interview. You can ask ChatGPT, like, I need to prepare for the interview, I have an interview in this position. And so ChatGPT would act as your trainer. They will ask you questions and you have to respond. When you respond, then you will get a comment. Okay, the answer you gave is wrong or right, and you should have answered this way. Do it again. That's what it does. Yeah, so this is, okay, this was just an example when I was trying the search. And I prepared also this kind of a model where you can now in job search specifically, you can either look for a job in ChatGPT or in any other places. It's more, it's best looking from ChatGPT because it's like it searches across, across everywhere. Yes, so, but if you have a specific place where you want to search, you can also go there. So for instance, we tried to use Dunitori Pistafi, and we went to pick a particular position over there, and then we gave the URL to ChatGPT, and then we requested a cover letter. It writes a cover letter for you. And then at the same time, for example, she uploaded the CV. So the cover letter was customized based on the updated CV. Yeah, so that's one of the things you can do. But also, I gave another comment when you were coming in that you can always customize your CV based on the particular vacancy. As it is always recommended that you cannot use the same generic CV. Mm-hmm. Yeah, if your CV is very specific, then you know that if you applied a job as a photographer, you cannot use the same CV as a programmer. Otherwise, they will be like, you guys, you are showing here that you are good in photography, but you want to do coding.
Yes.
This is crazy. Yeah, so you have to customize it. Otherwise, you're gonna have to use the very generic CV, which doesn't tell if you're a photographer, or you can put all the list. I can do photography, I can do coding, I can do this, I can do this. Yeah, but with this one, you can even ask ChatGPT, okay, please update my CV based on this role. So it will customize your CV, removing what is not relevant, adding what is relevant, and then you can ask for a downloadable file and you have your CV.
Did it add anything?
It's really something you feel.
Hello, bro. How you doing? Nice to see you, bro. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you, Ezekiel.
Yeah. So that is all we covered at the moment. I think we should take some break.
One last thing for them to look at.
Yes, we can proceed. We can proceed maybe 15 past 2. Yes.
So